Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Enderal. Now, when we left off, we had just found, in a very, very deep cave, a machine, and more accurately, a prototype of a machine that apparently has something to do with stopping the cleansing, the cycle, and obviously we witnessed in the previous episode before that, Kalia being an absolute beast. So, let's see what happens. I still am absolutely having no idea who we are going to romance, personally. I actually like both of them a huge amount. I like Kalia because she's kind of got a mysterious past. I like Jesper because he's a little bit more personable, because he has, I don't know, I just feel like he just has a kind of a sense of humor and everything, and Kalia is more of a straight-laced kind of person, which is perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's just they have very, very different personalities, and I like that a lot. So anyway, we are now going to be continuing onward because we have to speak to Teolor Ranthior once again, and Kalia is, of course, going to be accompanying us.
All that I am saying
Hello.
is that there are more efficient ways to battle this red madness. And heathen machines atop the Sun Temple are the last thing that will calm the townsfolk.
Maybe. But if this heathen machine is what the Pyreans used to combat the cycle, I want it near. Even if it turns out to be useless, only a fool turns down a chance. Skyrim, how long will the reconstruction take?
Oh, that depends on how many Pyrean mechanics you have on hand that can help us decipher these plans. Just think for once, Aranthiel. How are we supposed to give you an estimation if we don't even know what the finished machine is supposed to look like?
We will get to work right away, Grandmaster. But in any case, we're going to need a lot of steel and Pyrean crystals.
You will get them. Now, get to work.
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
Guards!
You did excellent work. We will reconstruct this machine, no matter the price. Here, this will reward you for your effort. With a beacon and the sigilled stone, we now have both a sword and shield against these High Ones. That is more than I'd hoped for. However, there has also been a disquieting development. I have called in a conclave, and it will take place in a day. Come back then, and use the time to rest.
100 times.
Okay, so, yes, there was a slight problem. I don't know whether you saw that, but yes, there was a slight issue with me doing something. Hello? Hello? Okay, so, yeah, there was a... I just have to pause for a second, because obviously we're going to speak to Kalia in just a moment. But anyway, point is, I wanted to get up out of my chair, because everyone else was getting up, and I was like, oh, yes, I better get up, because I don't want to seem like I'm a lazy person. Do I? No, I don't want to do that. So I decided to press E to get up, and obviously my cursor was over some money. So I think I stole the money by mistake, and then there was someone yelling, "Guards! Guards! Get over here and persecute this fellow!" And yeah, that was hopefully not going to happen. I don't even know what happened. Did they persecute me, or maybe they took the money from me and now it's all okay again? And are you friendly to me? Hello, Constantine. Hello. Okay, yeah. Certainly doesn't look like Keanu Reeves, does he? Well, anyway, let's go and speak to Kalia.
Walk blessed. Can I help you?
Oh, not really. I just came to talk. Okay, well, what? Ah. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, so she has a lot to speak about. So, if you don't know your parents, how did you come by your name? Kalia.
It was stitched into the blanket they found me in near that village. I don't really know if it is my actual name, but I had nothing else to go with, so it stuck.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, that's fine. So, what's the story behind your tattoo?
Tattoo? Oh, of course, you mean my mark. I've had that for as long as I can remember, and I don't have the slightest idea as to how I got it.
Oh, well, something like that doesn't appear out of nowhere. Someone must have put it on you.
That's what Tyrus said too, but if it has a meaning, it's obscure. I couldn't find anything in the books, and the Magisters couldn't put their fingers on it either.
Uh-huh. Well, if it's any comfort to you, it looks good. It does actually look good. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Okay, so this guy is... Yeah, I was blocking his path, so he decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna just warp through you. So, yeah, sorry about that. That was my bad. My bad, Keeper. My bad. Anyway, yeah, it does look good.
It does. You're the first to tell me that. But thanks, I guess.
Oh, well, is it, I don't know, magical?
No, it isn't. It's just there, that's all.
Well, how do you know? How do you know if it's not magical? Can't you remove it somehow? I don't really want to ask her that.
Huh.
Saira, good to see you. Do you need anything?
Well, maybe. Do I need to... Leave me alone, novice. I'm speaking to a potential love interest. I mean, my comrade in arms, of course. Yes. Anyway, so let's have a look here. You seem to spend a lot of... No. I'm gonna say not really. I just came to talk.
That's convenient, actually. I think I still owe you an explanation.
Well, about old Dothelgrad, I take it? Yeah, this is about the event that I thought was amazing and really cool.
Yes, but let's talk somewhere else. Come on.
Oh, fade to black. Okay, where are we going? Where are we going? I think I might need to modify the music a little bit. It seems a little bit loud right now. Just a little bit. So, 2 notches I think will be fine. So let's see what she has to say. Oh. My bad. Okay, so apparently that skipped that, so that's... It's kind of sad. Okay, well, anyway, we'll continue from here. I can understand that, so what did you want to discuss?
Well, that moment when I neutralized the leader of the bandits in Old Dothelgrad. I'm sure you noticed that I was different then.
Well, that's one way to put it. Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. Yeah, you completely lost it back there. No, I'm not going to say that. That's a little bit too upsetting, I suppose you could say. You seemed upset. What do you mean? I'm going to say, what do you mean?
The bandit leader, when he lured you into that trap and tried to trick me, you must have noticed there was something unusual about me when I dealt with him.
Yes, that's one way to put it. You seemed upset.
Upset? You choose your words carefully, Saira. I appreciate that. I'll make this quick. There is something about me that you don't know. That no one knows, actually. Do you remember what I told you in the curarium about the destroyed village? Well, I wasn't entirely honest with you.
Well, so you do know what actually happened?
Not all of it, no, and it's true that I don't know how I ended up there. But I remembered something just before I regained consciousness. Some kind of vague memory. A feeling, coupled with an image.
A feeling? What exactly do you mean by that?
It's hard to describe, because it didn't last very long, but... I saw myself, but I was somehow above the rooftops, as if I flew. Below me, I saw all the chaos, the dead, the fire, the devastated houses, and I somehow felt hot, but from inside, as if my blood was boiling. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'm sorry, but I don't know how to describe it better than that.
Wow, that's pretty impressive though. So that was what, a memory? Something that really happened? I'm not sure I'm following. Well, I kind of am, because I mean that's the thing. I think it is kind of a memory that she has, and probably did happen while she was, I don't want to say possessed, because it doesn't really seem like, while she was harnessing the power of the darkness or whatever it is that is within her, or something along those lines. What happened then?
Nothing. I woke up, and from there things happened just as I've already told you. But that's not really what I'm trying to get at. In that memory, when I saw all those dead bodies and all that destruction, I felt satisfaction, pleasure. As if all that suffering, all that pain was the most exhilarating thing I'd ever seen.
I'm not sure I follow. What are you trying to tell me?
Well, I didn't know what to make of that memory myself for quite a long time. But then, things happened that made me understand. There is something inside my head, Saira. Some kind of second soul, an entity. Most of the time it sleeps, but there are situations in which it wakes up. Mostly when something atrocious happens or has happened. Blood, pain, death. Whenever I'm confronted with these kinds of things, it tries to... I don't know how to put it. Tries to take control of me, and then things like Alt Cthulgrad happen. It's never managed to completely take me over, and it hasn't gotten as far as it did in Alt Cthulgrad for a long, long time now. But that memory from the village, I think that is what happens when I let myself go completely.
In other words, you have some kind of demon inside you? And I'm guessing the power you suddenly had when you killed the bandit comes from this entity. Okay, so... yes, you have some kind of demon inside you? Or... yes.
If that name seems fitting to you, then yes. But I think we both know these stories about ghosts taking over the living are just stories to scare the common folk. If it helps you, think of it as some kind of... temptation. One that's just waiting for the moment when I am too weak to contain it.
Ah, and I'm guessing this power you suddenly had when you killed the bandit comes from this entity inside you.
Yes, it is immense, Saira. I can feel it every time it is trying to take me over. I don't even want to think about what would happen if I were to give in completely.
That would be amazing, I think, because even though my character hasn't necessarily been the most evil or chaotic or whatever you want to describe it as, I think that power is pretty cool, but obviously her power, considering she was able to very easily just go on an absolute rampage, well, anyway, yes. So, that's a lot to take in.
I figure. Listen, what happened in Old Dothelgrad? I never should have let it come to that. But that moment when he charged me, the blood on his sword, I just couldn't contain it. And when I gave in, when I hacked him into pieces, I simply felt so... thrilled. Complete. I was naive to believe it would never get that far again. Naive and stupid. But do you see now? This is the reason why I train so hard, why I always try to control my emotions, no matter what people do or say to me. This creature inside me, it's always on the hunt. And the only way I can keep it at bay is by controlling both my body and spirit 100%. Just one moment of carelessness. That's all it takes.
So, all those villagers could have been right after all. Did you destroy that village? I actually don't want to ask that. Oh wow, there's many, many options. Okay, so I see. Does the Order know about this? No, I'm pretty sure they don't. If you were to let it take you over completely, what would happen? And is there nothing you can do about this? No way to banish this monster? Okay, so, yeah, I'm going to say, if you were to let it take you over completely, what would happen?
I don't know. And truth be told, I'm not sure I want to.
I see. Okay, well. Yeah, and is there nothing you can do about this? No way to banish this monster?
No way that I know of, at least. Who should I ask? The apothecary? There are two ways that would go. Either they would ridicule me, or they would take me seriously and report my condition to the Order. Neither way helps me, and who knows what the Order would do if they found out. Especially as strained as the situation is right now.
That is true. That is true. So I'm not going to ask the other two things. I feel as though this is kind of redundant. The Order does not know about it, I would assume. And so those villagers could have been right after all. I don't really care what the villagers thought because we like Kalia and we are a friend of hers and we don't want to take anyone else's side, apart from maybe Jesper's or whatever, but obviously they don't really interact too much. Anyway, I'm getting away with myself once again. But if violence provokes this thing, why are you with the military wing of the Order?
Well, what would be the alternative? Transcribe Pyrean books like the Magisters do all day? Or drop out entirely and pour hot water for the upper city's noblewomen? Look, Saira, as you already pointed out, there is a chance that this thing inside me is responsible for the massacre in the village. And if that's true, I definitely have a lot of repentance to do, don't you think? And even if it isn't. I want to change things, to make the world at least a little bit better. And yes, I do realize that this means a lot of hardship and hard work for me, but I'm not afraid of that. Do you know why? Because that's what's missing in this world. So many people just talk, and never act, because that would mean that they'd have to actually endure something for what they believe in.
Well, you definitely don't lack determination. I like it. Or we can say an admiral attitude. Admiral? Admiral. Oh, yes, good job, sir. Yes, admiral. Yeah, anyway. An admirable attitude. Sorry if I offended you in any way. I'm just worried maybe... no. Okay, you definitely don't like determination. I like it.
Determination alone hasn't helped anyone yet. Let's talk again in a few years, and we'll see if my good intentions have actually produced results.
You know, that was a compliment. That was actually a compliment. I was intending it as such.
Well, that's good to know. I'd like some time by myself now. And thanks for listening.
I wonder whether one of those options would have been better in terms of gaining us more relation with her. I mean, I'm talking about it as she's apparently a companion in some other games, but I don't actually know whether she has a relation meter or there's a particular sort of level of relation that we can have with her, or influence, or whatever it's called. Well, anyway, we now have the ability to wait until the meeting is prepared. I feel as though we should probably do another quest here in the meantime, so we might go and do... I don't know. We might go and try and do Max Niceblood, or maybe this. Recover Baal Hazal's key from his house in Fogville, because we got that quite a long time ago, and one of you has actually stated a few times that it is really, really cool thing. So I guess I'll go to the Myra Tower and go to Fogville, and I guess we'll be starting the next episode there, while the preparations are made for the next stage of the main quest. So I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.